I'm on the way. I'm on the way. My vibration got too damn high, I got stuck in the clouds. I'm on the way. I'm on the way. My vibration got too high, I got stuck in the clouds.
What's up, friends and family? Welcome back to another episode of the Highly Emotional Podcast. This is episode 13. And today I got my co-host Eli with me. He's a motivator on Instagram, so make sure you check out his content. Big Swim.
How y'all doing, man? It's your boy Motivate Eli. I'm here to talk to y'all. You know, I'm here with my boy. He brought me to the people, man. I get to talk to the people for once. So it's gonna be cool to be able to motivate people, inspire people, and be able to just speak my truth like we all want to kind of do, right?
Facts. So, I don't know if y'all noticed, but I'm creating a community around me with like-minded people, more cultured people, more younger people, because I know a lot of people, they feel like this information is in places that they can't receive it. So I wanted to tap in with people who are like-minded and bring them to the forefront so that you guys can just gain knowledge, gain understanding. And bro does that. He's all about motivating people, uplifting people, and he also tapped in with the fitness too. So, we definitely gonna get right. So yeah, bro. So, we had talked about it prior to hopping on the camera and shit. You said you a Pisces, so you've been like emotional your whole entire life, right?
Yeah, my whole entire life, kind of certain events that were going on with my friends and certain people. Some people would tell me, yeah, you're sensitive, you're emotional, and they didn't even have to tell me that. When I would walk around, I could sense it in myself how I cared about things a little bit more than people. I'm tapped in like with people's emotions a little bit better with people. So kind of over time, I'm like, all right, bet this is who I am. Let me see how I can use this to be a better me. You feel me?
Nah, facts. Like for me, I always been emotional since a child. And I talk about it like on other episodes, but the reason why I started a Highly Emotional Podcast is because I used to think that this was a weakness. And now I realize to have a high level of empathy and be able to like take on energy from people and heal them. Like for example, if a person is having a bad day, I can instantly heal them by hugging them or just listening to them or just allowing them to vent to me and then uplift their spirits, because I learned that I'm very empathic, but I'm also sensitive. So I have to be careful of who I allow in my space. A lot of people, like if I don't fuck with someone, let me rephrase that.
Yeah.
If someone has energy that I cannot maintain and I feel like it's gonna compromise my spirit, a lot of times I won't give them my energy. Like I ignore them, especially like when it comes to like people in our culture. Some people bring on certain things that I just know it'll compromise my energy.
Yeah.
And then I can't bring that back to my family. I can't bring that back to my household, because next thing I know, it's affecting my children. It's affecting my wife, because energy is super like contagious.
Shit, that's the word.
Energy is contagious to the point where like something small, it could be something small. Somebody got into an argument in the car and then they could bring that home to their family, and next thing you know, everybody in the household is feeling that.
Facts.
So when I started becoming aware of these things, I was like, all right, I have to be mindful on who I associate with, people I have conversations with. I also have to be mindful on places that I go, because a lot of our environments, a lot of like our culture's environments, we talking about the club, we talking about the trap house, we talking about the street, all this other bullshit. Like I cannot be a part of it no more, because I realize how it affects my mental state, but also affects my energy, my life path, if that makes sense.
No, it makes sense. And it's a good thing that you have a sense of that. Some people don't think that it's affecting them. They just feel like that's a part of them. That's who they are. But I'm like, just like you said, the word empath, you feel me? Like I always want to say, I want to have empathy, but not sympathy. You feel me? Like I want to be able to feel people's emotions and feel what they're going through, but I don't want to be sad or depressed at what you're going through, because I always feel like I believe you can get through anything that you're going through if you put your mind to it. So sometimes I feel like if I got sympathy, then that's like, it's not like I have sympathy for some people in certain situations, but I feel like the best emotion that I have, one of the best emotions, is having empathy for people and actually trying to understand their feeling, understanding, and then overstanding.
Yo, I'm glad that you said that. Like, a lot of people don't understand understanding. And I'm like, understanding is an emotion. Like, it's emotionally understanding someone's situation. And overstanding is, I forgot how to put that shit. What would you say overstanding is?
Overstanding, I'm just like, so I got to break it down. So I feel understanding something, it's like I'm below the emotion. I'm not actually in it. So you feel me? Like I'm saying, I'm under the emotion. It's like I'm not invested into it. So that's why people like, y'all understand what you're going through. Oh, well, because I didn't go through what you're going through. You feel me? Like I didn't go through that car crash. So y'all understand you're sad. I understand you're depressed. You feel me? I understand that emotion because I felt it in a different, experience. But in your experience, I only understand it. Now, understanding is like, I've gone through what you've gone through. So I literally felt that emotion. You feel me? Like I felt it, like not even just from a different experience, from the same experience. And it's overstanding. It's like I've evolved from that emotion. That emotion doesn't take hold of me anymore. You feel me?
That's fucking bars. Like that's a great way to put it. Because
that's how I feel.
I be trying to explain to people, and people like overstanding is not a word or understanding is a word, and I'm like, I guess you don't get it. Like a lot of people who aren't tapped into this frequency, it feels like we speak in a different language. Some people, it's not on y'all to understand what we even talking about, and that's okay. Like I talk about like the hero's journey when I became spiritually aware, bro. Like trying to tell my homies like, hey, bro, this you gotta wake up from this. You gotta question everything. Niggas be like, bro, you on some weird shit, and that shit is hard. Like. It's so hard for me to have conversations with people because most people have low vibrational energy, but not only that, their intellect is not at the level that mine is. Like consciousness
to be
has
able to
raised
comprehend
me.
it at all. They can't even do that.
Because I became consciously aware of the world. Now a lot of things people can't understand the dialogue that I'm even saying. When I talk to people and I'm like, yeah, I be going outside to hug the tree. Because when I hug a tree, I realize that the tree is actually cleansing my energy and allowing me to set my vibration high.
That's a fact.
You get what I'm saying?
Some people haven't felt that experience or even tried to experience that. Like people already have a negative connotation towards that. Like, oh, if I go hug a tree, I'm weird. Like you look like a hippie.
Niggas think that shit's dirty. And I'm like, bro, y'all don't realize everything else is dirty. We use our hands so much. And that shit be so fucking dirty. Like our hands is the dirtiest thing on our body.
That's a fact.
But niggas won't go hug a tree.
Yeah, nah, for sure. Just they got to change their mindset about it. That's what I think. With something with people, just mindset. Y'all shift your mindset. You're gonna shift your mindset. You're just gonna shift your awareness, shift your consciousness, and shift your whole reality. You feel me? But if you don't have a mindset shift, like if you don't switch that, then how you gonna change? It's like you being the same person that I've always been.
Nah, you know what's crazy is like I feel like a lot of people are just stuck in the lifestyle of complacency. Most people spend their time chasing temporary gratification and they become complacent. And then they realize that when it's all said and done, they haven't really understood who they are in this life, who they are in this experience. Like I talk about it all the time. Like with my spiritual journey, I'm still every day learning to understand who I truly am as a spirit. Like I'm not my flesh. Like I know that I'm not my flesh. I know that this is just,
a body,
this is just a suit,
a vessel.
Facts. A car, a ship. You know what I'm saying? However you want to put it. Like this is my avatar, and I could design it any way that I want. I could choose if I want to shave my eyebrows off, or you know what I'm saying. I could do it. It might make some people look at me crazy, but it's my own choice. But what most people don't, and we was talking about it before, is like y'all didn't choose your religion. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all just took on what someone told you that you needed to be and you had to be to fit in your family. And you didn't even ask any questions because you wasn't allowed to.
And now you have an emotional connection with that the older you got. So it's programmed into you even more. So over time, it's like, this is who I am without questioning. Was this who I wanted to be? Is this who I still want to be? It's so many questions I had with myself about religion that I'm like, I feel like people don't have those questions with themselves. You feel me? Like that, why? Why this? Why that? Just ask why about certain things and you'll find answers if you choose to go look for the answers. Sometimes we be too scared to even look for answers within ourselves. And sometimes you even got to look within yourselves. You can look from the people around you.
No, that's crazy. No, that's bars. We all lack. And when I say y'all, I still include myself in that because I'm not I'm no better than anyone. I'm still learning my identity. I'm still trying to say, who am I? You know what I'm saying? What am I? What is my divine purpose? I'm not talking about simplistic purpose. And I said this before. purpose is to experience, but what is my divine purpose? What is the lessons that I need to learn while I'm here so that therefore I can help prevent other people from having to go through certain traumas? Like my children, when I go through something traumatic now, before I used to have that victim mentality where I was like, why me? Now I'm like, nigga, choose me every time because I'm going to make sure that the people around me, my family, my loved ones, anyone who's in tune with me, I want to make sure that I bring awareness so they don't have to go through it. You feel me?
Okay, that's real. And how long did it take for you to have that mindset now? You feel me? See, you didn't have that before, but what made you shift that mindset to even think like that?
I feel like I had to be hurt enough times to understand it was my choice. Does that make sense?
No, yeah, for sure.
I choose what affects me. It's not I don't you can choose to be the victim or you can choose to own up to your life. Does that make sense?
No, it makes perfect sense.
One thing I'm in tune with or that I overstand and understand, right?
All right,
is that we choose our life before we come here. Before we take on this vessel, before we even are birthed into the earth realm, right? We chose our parents. We choose our journey before we even get here because we know that with this journey is going to present an opportunity to raise the vibration of the world. Does that make sense?
That makes perfect sense.
So to answer your question, I would say within the last 4 or 5 years, I started understanding this and I was like, all right, I'm going to make a choice to 1, live my life with purpose, 2, not play the victim and understand that it's an opportunity for me to be the hero, right? Before it used to be I'm a bad guy. I'm going through this. I'm going through that. Nah, nigga, I'm the hero. I gotta take the L's. I gotta get my ass beat so that I can save the world.
And it's your hero's journey. Okay,
there you go.
I'm saying I'm hearing it. I'm the hero. This is your hero's journey. This is the journey to becoming the hero that you want to be.
But then that takes me to the Christ consciousness.
All right.
When you tap into what people say is Jesus and Christ energy and stuff like that, living your life out of love, you got to realize that people are going to cast stones and judge you. I stopped tapping into religion and reading the Bible, but I'm at the point where I realize that every biblical character represents a certain type of lifestyle that you should live. So, for example, Buddha, right?
Break it down.
A lot of people think that Buddha is a god that they worship, but it's not. So there's 2 versions of Buddha. There's one Buddha that represents
2 versions. It's something new to me, y'all.
So you have the fat Buddha, and then there's a slimmer Buddha who goes down to what they say the hell realm, and he teaches people how to pretty much become righteous, right?
Okay.
So that
the people
Buddha,
in hell to become righteous.
Kind of like Jesus, right? So Jesus hung out with the trap niggas.
He did.
With the, you know what I'm saying? With the quote unquote bad people. And him living in his truth uplifted people to be all right, I need to live this type of lifestyle out of love. The same situation happens in Buddhism. And so the fat Buddha that you see is the Buddha that completed the journey. And now he's at that type of level. Does that make sense?
Okay.
So that's what it means. So now that I tapped into my Christ consciousness, I can live into my truth. I can walk with the light. I can look back and see the old person that I used to be, even though that I don't recognize that version of me. I look at it and it's a different person to me, right? Now who I am, I walk in the light and it's how can I say I feel differently. I'm a completely different person now. When I'm tapped into this light body, this Christ consciousness, that now I can walk with God and understanding that every step that I take on my journey is what I have to do so that I can save the world, if that makes sense.
It makes sense, bro. You got a different vibration that's helping you make sense of the world that you in now.
Right.
You feel me?
We have to walk with that. We have to be an example. You have to set an example for those around you. Someone has to do it. If not, everybody's going to be low vibrational. You know what I'm saying? You can't be a follower.
You can't be a follower, bro. I need you. That's one thing. It's when it comes to selling in the market and any type of market, it's you're going to have more sellers than buyers. So I be thinking about this when it comes to the world. You're going to have you're going to have more followers than leaders. So I'm every person around here, are you choosing to be a leader or a follower? Now, I feel like I'm one of the leaders, but I do tend to follow, but I follow other leaders who I want to be led by. You feel me? People who are in the same consciousness as me, the same awareness, who actually believe what I believe and, have the same thoughts as me. You feel me? Those are people I kind of follow to help me become a better leader. You feel me?
It kind of goes to like what they say is like, if you hang around billionaires, you're gonna become a billionaire, right? It's like it's like a female. If you hang around
6 people,
if you hang around hoes, people are gonna think that you're a hoe. So it's the same. It's that same concept. You have to hang around like-minded people that are on the same journey, the same vibration. But it goes to say is that a great leader is also a great follower. And once you understand that, like when we say following, you have to be able to look at something that someone's doing. So here we go. Kobe Bryant took Michael Jordan's game and he made it his own and made it better. There's multiple times where you could look at Kobe's game in reference to Michael Jordan, vice versa.
Plenty of times.
Anthony Edwards, you got LeBron James. So those were all followers of Michael Jordan. But not only that, they made it their own and they perfected certain things of his game that maybe, he could have done better. Does that make sense?
Yeah, for sure.
So a lot of people don't understand that. It's like you have to be a great follower, peep what you need to, have discernment of, and then say, all right, I can apply this in my life. But then also when you see flaws in other people, you can say, all right, I don't want to do that. It's just like your parents. Your parents have set the tone for your life, but there's certain things that your parents did that you disagree, and you're like, I'm not going to do that in my life. I'm not going to do that with my children. I'm not going to do that, in my lifestyle. I'm not going to make these practices. I'm not like, that's just what it is. You have to learn the lesson that is given to you upon the journey.
That's a fact. Because I'm thinking a follower is just a follower to me is somebody who's able to learn. You feel me? And a leader is somebody who's able to teach you. You feel me? Who's able to teach or guide, something like that. Somewhere in that realm. You feel me? Because if you're able to follow, you're able to learn. You feel me? Some people they don't want to be a follower. They don't want to learn. I don't care to learn. I don't want to learn. I don't even know how to learn. So they just take away their whole thing from that. I'd rather just lead. But you never even learned how to lead before. So now you're just being a leader in a way that people don't like. You don't know what they don't like, but over time you're going to see as you get older, dang, there's some aspects in me that I could have learned from other people and from myself. I just never tapped in with myself for real.
Oh, God. Nah, speaking of great teachers, one of the teachers that I want to learn from is actually Sadhguru. Like I don't want to say that I want to be like Sadhguru. I want to have my own version of that level of consciousness, but also being able to spread it to people that are like-minded and are willing to listen. I fuck with Billy Carson too. You know what I'm saying? I feel like if I bring those people on my platform, bro, we out of here. You know what I'm saying?
I'm talking about the knowledge that they have, the energy, you feel me, the vibe that they can bring to the show and to you in general and to the millions of other people, for sure.
If y'all not tapped in, y'all need to check out Billy Carson. And it's free promotion. I'm just trying to put y'all on game. Yaki Awaken, 19 Keys. If you don't know who any of these people are, you sleep. You need to wake up.
Tap in, bro.
And tap into us too, because we just got on this journey and we're going to change the world.
We learning just like y'all, but now we're just all right, we can't, the people that we learn from, it's bro, we want to give it out. You feel me? We want to preach to the people. I like to say I'm a preacher, but I'm a preacher, but I like to preach. And that's just me just saying the things that I feel. That's what I feel like preaching is to me.
I strive myself on being a great thinker, asking questions. Like a lot of times I like to just sit and pick apart things. Why is it this way? Why is it that way? Why do we do all the things that we do? Why do we when did we become so indoctrinated that we have to believe all these decisions? One of the things that I always hear about, and you was telling me too, is for our people, our parents and people before us, it's always been go to school, graduate, go to college and this and that. But did you know that a lot of people who go to college end up having to pay first all those loans back? Not only that is that they end up in jobs that they didn't even go to school for. And then they've been working these jobs for so long that they didn't lost the knowledge that they learned in school and never end up in that career that they went to school for.
Yes.
That shit is whack to me, bro. I'm sorry. I'm not for school. I don't fuck with school. I feel like any knowledge that you can gain it through experience, through life. If you want to be a doctor, you can go learn from a doctor and then apply that to your life. That's just my personal understanding, the way that I view things.
It's the way that it's the school. School in itself, I want to say is bad. It's just the system that they placed around school, the way that we have school and, and the system that they placed around it. Because I'm some children, like people who need to be, you just said doctor, right? Someone who wants to be a doctor. It's like you can have a school that they don't have to go to 8 hours. That can go to 2 to 3 hours where it's a personal person actually, showing them what to do. All right, that's versus how we go to school 8 hours. I'm learning 6, 7, 8 different things, and none of them I don't apply any of those things to my life till today. All right, I learned stuff in high school and some things in college that I already knew I would never touch, and I still don't touch these stuff.
I'm never gonna remember that shit. I actually was watching this video
Diagram
before.
theorem. Nigga, what is that, bro? I don't touch it, y'all.
Facts. I was watching this video before you came, and they were saying that school actually is designed to create workers because everyone cannot be the boss. Everyone can't be the teacher. Everyone can't be the nigga who's running shit. And that's what sucks. If you had everyone who was the teacher and there was no students or there wasn't people to work, then no one would be able to profit in a sense. Like it's kind of like that saying. You ever heard of that? It's like too much chiefs and not enough Indians. You ever heard that?
Nah, that's
so basically it's like they used to apply it for like when I would work a job, right? They used to be like, oh, everybody's trying to be the boss or the supervisor, but it ain't enough niggas, just being a worker. And I used to be like, so y'all expect me to sit here and not ask any questions, not to have my own discernment, like trying to tell me when to come in, or hey, you need to go do that, or hey, you need to go through that. A lot of people abuse their power. You think because you a manager at that job that you run shit. You don't run shit. You just a nigga who's working for a corporation. You not an owner. You're not a CEO. You just a manager, and your position can be taken just as much as a worker.
That's a fact.
At that point, you don't really have no fucking power.
You don't.
So
I can see that though.
Nah, bro. It's a lot of things like in this world that we get stuck on. And I just feel like I look at it, now that I have this level of consciousness, I look at it and a lot of times I feel sad for people because people be at a job for 15 years and don't ask for raises.
Bro, and they be chilling. You said the word earlier, complacent. Like, you feel me? People don't, and people, they have to ask themselves, why is it that I want to become better? Why do I want to grow? Like, where does it end for me? You feel me? Some people don't have that purpose. We got to realize that too. Like, me talking to some people, we got to drive purpose into some people. Because people like, well, I'm just here. Like, you feel me? Some people just feel like I'm here right now. No reason to be. No, there's no reason for me to be even thinking how y'all thinking. You said think. People, you think a lot. All right, some people don't critically think. Some people don't ask. Like, some people ask, like, what happened? Then you might be the person, like, what happened? All right. But, like, after what happened, there's still more things in depth that you can know about. But some people stopped at the first thing they was told. You feel me? So I'm like, that's where that critical thinking comes in. Do people have that now? Some people do. Some people don't.
No, that's facts. Most people just accept what is told to them as the true answer. And
where
that's the issue.
Like,
you have to, like, I'm one of those people, I'll ask a question to the question. Like, that's just how I always been.
That's a critical thinking type of mind.
Like, and then people are like, no, you can't answer a question. You can't answer a question with a question. I'm like, why? There's more questions that need to be asked. There's more things that need to be understood before I give you a direct answer, because you want me to give you a direct answer, but unfortunately, there's more things that I need to know about the question that you're asking.
For sure. No, that makes perfect sense. For me to give you an answer, I need to, there's a word, I can't even think of the word, but you got to just dive into that question just a little bit more to be like, okay, now I can give you an answer because I've, dived in just.
It's like what are you truly asking?
You feel me? On the question, you feel me? That's how I feel it.
What is it that you're truly asking? Are you asking this, or is there more to the question that you're asking?
No, real.
So, so you were saying that you've been tapped into like Billy Carson since when?
Probably like 2021. You feel me? You already know, after COVID.
What would you say, like, you've learned the most from Billy? Because I be tapped into Billy too.
The most I learned, when it comes to just, like, I don't even like talking about stuff like this for myself or my bros and my people around, but like when he talks about stuff like the Annunaki.
Let's go into it.
Like,
I'm glad you said it. So, all right.
That'd be the real stuff.
So let's give it to it. Like, all right, you explain to people what is the Annunaki.
Okay, and I kind of have like a small term, but it was like, in my mind and what, I've been informed from Billy Carson and other people I kind of watch, Annunaki were like, these space people, aliens, what we like to call alien, but, the people who were already here before we were here, Not we were here, but people's like, I don't even, like, see, right now in my mind, I'm like, dang, there's so much I learned from him I want to break down, but
Give us what you got.
Like
Let's do it.
the biggest thing that I feel like that changed my mind is when he talks about that Adam and Eve when it comes to Anunnaki, like, you know, talking about ourselves, like actually having like what was the Garden of Eden? It was like in his mind, not in his mind, but from some sources, you feel me? He might say that Anunnaki were people who created humans, and we weren't just like, we was like they was trying to create us. You feel me? Like we are creations of these people, and like just hearing that. It's weird at first, you know, like, you know, it's weird. It's not weird, but it's like different. It's a different perspective I've never heard before. So hearing it, I'm like, bro, what is all this? But over time, I started listening to more. I'm like, okay, like I'm not gonna like negate it. You feel me? Say it's wrong, say it's not truthful, but I'm like, I'm open ear to everything. You feel me? So that's one of the things I did. Just hearing that Anunnaki were here before us. I feel like but I've heard they created humans, and then the Adam and Eve. The garden is something with that. You know, I can break it down a little more, but
so I be tapped into that shit too. I'm gonna be real with you. All right. What I do have understanding of, right?
Okay, that's a better way to put it. What I do have understanding of. You feel me? For real.
All right, so before us human beings, there were Anunnaki. Anunnaki were aliens that pretty much identified themselves as gods. And what they did is they altered our genes so that we can reproduce and also be we can be useful in a sense of working with them, right? Some people be like, oh, you know, we used to be slaves. We weren't slaves. We actually worked with them. It's to my knowledge of what I've gained.
For sure.
Right? And so a lot of us, we actually look like them. Some of us, and when we say Anunnaki, we're not just talking about one type of people. You got Asian Anunnakis, you got white Anunnakis, you got black Anunnakis, so on and so forth. But then also another thing that like also, how can I say, piqued my interest was that when they said that before we came to Earth, they said that we was like blue. They said that we was green. We came in all these colors, and because the iron in the air, in the atmosphere, they that's the reason why we're brown now. That's the reason why we appear the color that we are. And I was like, that's crazy, because when you think about Avatar, when you put together the pieces of the movie and compare it to Anunnaki, and you compare it to all these other things that were predated before the Bible and all this other shit, you're like, okay, this makes sense. Avatar is a representation of the Anunnaki. They were large beings.
I'm talking about tall.
Connected to the planet.
You feel got the hair.
You know what I'm saying? Like all these things. Like this sounds far-fetched to the average listener, to people who don't ask questions, but then it makes you wonder, bro. Like showing or looking at the planet, you look at the trees, you look at the different sizes of the trees, you look at the trees that used to be gigantic trees that they show in Avatar, but here on Earth, they've been cut down. You talk about the pyramids that are now fucking covered in grass, like all these different things. It just makes your mind wonder, okay, not only that, like hearing this shit, but also when the information or the data presents itself, we talking about the ancient tablets of ancient Samaria, all these different things.
The emerald tablets, you feel me? Anything like that.
Seeing all that shit, it's like, okay, if this is carbon dated thousands of years, I think hundreds of thousands.
I don't even know how we get that when we have stuff like that, and we still don't even take the time to like think about that. Like you just said, it predates a lot of the stuff that the religions and the stuff we learn now, but we don't even take that in consideration. People don't at all. Like I know we do, but I know somebody sitting here watching, like that still doesn't matter.
Yeah, that's what doesn't make sense to me, because like me being a great thinker that I am, I'll look at the Bible and I'll be like, well, what came before this? Because the book, right? It being written in a book form, there had to be something that was before it. Then I start going into like deeper religions, like I said, Buddhism, all these different things. Then I start noticing that all religions had the same information, just changed a certain type of way. And then that's when I got to the tablets of ancient Samaria, understanding Enki and Lil, you know, all these different things. And I'm like, how the fuck is this shit real? And nobody's talking about it. But not only that, when you start stripping away all these levels of religion and all these beliefs, you start realizing that the people that they talk about in religions, the Bible and everything like that, they start sounding like Marvel. It starts sounding like some Iron Man, you know what I'm saying, Aquaman, superheroes type shit, because you like, hold on.
It's
We
a whole
can't walk
bunch of
on
stuff like
water.
that. Yeah.
You feel me? But in comic books and superheroes, these niggas can walk on water. They can fly. They can heal
Telekinesis,
themselves.
you feel
All
me?
these different things. But then the more that you get into like religion, Christianity, Muslim culture, all these different things, you start being like, oh, all the superheroes came from religions. They just changed their names.
Yeah, that's a fact.
If you really think about it.
They switched up the vibes, y'all.
And now we think that that shit's not real because it's been portrayed in comic books and these fucking movies and cartoons and shit like that. So we think that all
It's
those
normal.
powers ain't real.
You
Like,
feel me?
we think that telekinesis is not real. It's
No,
fake.
but I feel like that's one of the things we could have been doing that. We did that before we were speaking. We couldn't speak. If we, when we came in here, we couldn't speak. So the only way we was be able to do it, we had different vibes, be able to do different things. But now we done, I don't like to say dumb down, but our vibration has lowered over the years. You feel me?
I like
as a collective.
I fuck as a collective. I fuck with that. Have you ever astral projected?
No, I've never astral projected.
Are you serious?
No, I've never astral
So
projected.
I've astral projected like 5 times.
All right, he got the number on him.
The first time I did it, I was scared. This is gonna sound dumb, but the first time I astral projected, I actually projected. I left my body. I left my room. I went to my kid's room, and this is gonna sound stupid, but I got stuck in a corner. And when I got stuck to a corner,
For sure, you're in the corner.
panicked. And then I woke up and I was like, oh, fuck. The second time I did it, I came out my body. I went through my floor. And it was like I was in water. And like, but I was still aware. Like, I could see my wife sleeping. I could see my baby sleeping.
You know what's going on.
And when all this happens, a lot of times, like, I'll start panicking. So my third time that it happened.
Third time the charm.
I want to say, I don't know the exact words of it, but I went to the Astral Realm. And it was like a cord was tethered to my body. Mm-hmm. And I got so far off into the astral world that I got scared that if I didn't go back, something could take over my body and I wouldn't come back.
Okay.
So a lot
you
of
still
times,
thinking though.
Yeah,
You feel me? You still thinking that. That's
instead of
good.
just going with it. So
That's fine.
I got scared, but then the next time I did it, and this is like now I'm learning like, okay, I gotta be accepting and I gotta be like calm about it. Like one of the homies be telling me, he's like, set your intentions. So now
Before
when I do have the opportunity to astral project, and I'm getting better at it now, right? I've learned to slow things down and realize I'm in control. When I can do that, and like a lot of people are scared because they think that it's sleep paralysis and all this other shit.
Have you ever had sleep paralysis?
Yeah, I used to be scared. I've been dealing with sleep paralysis since I was 5.
So you be like,
hearing pictures talk, nigga. Like
okay.
That shit was scaring me.
No,
like at 5 years old, I'm hearing pictures talk, and I'd be like, oh my God, like what is this? What is this? And I would try to tell my parents, and they didn't believe me. Like one time I got a whooping by my dad because I told him there was an entity in my closet, and he came in there like, oh, ain't nobody in your closet, ain't nobody in your bed. Like what the fuck is wrong with you? Da da da. So
and feeling that way, I'm already knowing.
Bro, I've been dealing with that shit my whole entire life. But like, all right, so back to what I was saying is like with astral projection now, when I do it, I'm more calm. I set my intentions. All right, what is it that I want to learn? Where do I want to go? How do I want to test my limits? But not only that, my kids be dealing with it. My kids, my son.
They connected from you, boy.
He didn't tell me like certain things like, oh, there's something in my room. There's spirit in my room, this, and that. Most people are scared of this stuff. But I realize a lot of times
understanding of it.
You have to have understanding of it. And then you have to ask, what is it that you want? Why are you here? And then with my son, because of my trauma with my dad, I don't freak out. I say, all right, so what happened? Tell me what happened so I have understanding so that I can teach you how to do it. Because a lot of people don't understand the spiritual realm. We're so scared of the spiritual realm.
Say that again. We scared.
TVs.
You feel me? From stuff you see, spiritual stuff, demons, angels, all that. First off, we think of demons and ghosts, and they be like, all right, it's going to take over your body. Like you just
It's going to possess me.
You feel me? Like you like, if I leave my body too long, when it comes back, you feel me? I can see that.
So now I allow myself to be. So like another thing that happened recently, like I'm gonna give y'all some real shit. So one day I was sleeping in my kids' room on their bunk bed, on their lower bunk. And while I was sleeping, I had a dream that my phone was ringing. My wife had called me on the phone. And I had answered the phone and she said, come here. But then I realized I was asleep. My wife was downstairs sleeping on the couch with my daughter. She had fell asleep sleeping on the couch. And she told me that she had heard someone walking around our house and she could feel them. Like she literally could hear it. But this is how I know that we're connected. She contacted me in the spiritual realm and I woke up. I woke up out my sleep.
Real?
And I went downstairs and I was like, yo, everything okay? And she was like, no, I just heard this and I just heard that. With me, bro, I can feel spirits. Like it sounds where I could feel spirits.
Bro, you feel what you feel. You got a different experience.
When I walked in the room, I could tell something had been here and I was like, yo, y'all have to leave because y'all are scaring my wife. Y'all have to go.
Oh, some people? Oh, you were saying,
it was some type of entities. Sure. It was it might have been our loved ones. They may have been trying to give us a message, but I was like, y'all have to go because she's not ready for this. And she told me, she was like, I know that this exists, but I'm not ready for it right now. And that's what you have to say. You have to say, I'm not ready for this. For sure. Hey, give me some time and then I can transcend into that being that can connect to you guys. But right now, I'm not mentally prepared for it.
That's okay. That's okay.
So that shit, like she was scared for that shit. But then also my brother right there who had passed, I speak to his spirit and he became my spirit guide. Like I don't be wanting to tell people this information. I don't even know why I'm telling you.
I just feel you feel me? You're expressing it, so as you should.
I've had conversations with him in the spirit realm. On his birthday, this nigga plays his song on my HomePods. Like he has a song. It's called "Beautiful Love" by Young Mob. He plays it on his birthday. Literally almost every year, bro. I'm not gonna lie. Every year he plays the song on his birthday on my HomePods, and sometimes he'll randomly cut that bitch on at 3 a.m. I used to be scared, bro, but I'm okay with it now because I realize
you know what's going on.
You have intentions. Your intention is because you want to be celebrated. There's a certain time that you feel comfortable with communicating. Right now, he's in a place where he became a more positive being, and now he's learning to tap in and help people with their spiritual journeys. This sound crazy? Hey, y'all may not believe it.
It's not crazy, it's not baby. It's not crazy. Bro. It's your life and your experience, and I'm always up to hearing about other people's experience and they like. Cause I know I got my own. Facts. So what do I have to say? Like, oh, yours is wrong. Yours is not valid. What's the point of me doing that for, nigga? A
lot of people they be afraid of it. A lot of people don't want to tap into their ancestors.
People are scared of the stuff they don't know.
Fact. So one thing about you, bro, that I know is I know you be tapped into like the fitness journey.
Yes, sir. And the real reason I even got into the fitness journey, one reason, because I was fat when I was young. I like to say fat, had a little stomach, boys calling me fat when I was playing basketball. So one day I came home, I said, nigga, I took a picture of myself. I said, boom, we're going to be fit after this. I made the decision, I made the choice that I was going to change my life. I used to be a gamer. I used to be at the crib every day, playing the game all day. I'm talking about I'm up to 2, 3 in the morning. Then I'm back up at 7 a.m., eating breakfast, lunch, dinner in my room, not really talking to my family. So now after that, I was like, let me get right with myself, right with my life, my spirit. So started this fitness stuff, and when I was like, 14? You feel me? And it's like, after that, I fell in love with fitness because anything when it comes to working out, bro, if I could put y'all on to anything when it comes to working out, it's like, I'm challenging my mind. Like, when I push my body, I'm pushing my mind because my mind is the only thing that's actually allowing me to do anything. I move my hand left to right. You feel me? Those are little motor neurons that I have in my brain to help me do that. So any type of exercise that you're doing, any workout that you're doing, when you're pushing through, you're trying to go for max reps or you're trying to push yourself. I'm talking about anytime I go in the gym and I'm working on my body, bro, I'm pushing my mind. And that's what I want to put people on too, because this is a way that I help my mind. You feel me?
That's fair. I ain't going to hold you. Like, I ain't going to lie to you. I've been going to the gym for like 3 years now.
Okay, for sure.
I've gotten stocky.
Yeah.
Right? So now I'm trying to get cut. Now I'm changing my diet because I want to be more slim. I want to have more definition. But one thing that I learned, the gym for me now, the gym is my church, right? I go and I zone out and I allow my body to do what it needs to do. I say, this is what you need to do. But while I'm doing that, I don't listen to music no more, bro. I got enough songs where I don't even have to record no more. I don't listen to no new music like that. It's like this. When I'm at the gym, I listen to a book. I allow my mind to concentrate on the book and I allow my body to do what it needs to do and just work. I allow it. Like, that's the thing about, like, for me, you know what I'm saying?
Everybody got a different personal reason for it too.
I realize that, but I like to say is like, I feel what you said. I feel like when we are in the gym, a lot of us, we think about our limitations. It's an opportunity for your brain to just put your body in sports mode, right?
Come on, just like the Crocs. Yeah, put them in sports mode.
Put it in sports mode and just do what you do. You gonna max. You gonna allow yourself to do what you need to do, and don't think about the goal. Think about the now. Get the workout in and enjoy it. Does that make sense?
No, that makes perfect sense. And it's like, Peter, there's so many people on their journey right now trying to get fit. And I'm seeing why they can't. I'm like, it's literally, I'm talking about intensity, consistency, being disciplined. Like we learn, like they say so many things about being successful, being fit, or whatever journey that you're on that you're trying to accomplish. Most of the time, the answer is already within you. So since I'm fit and I'm like in the fitness line, it's like I'm seeing people who aren't fit or who are trying to get there. And I'm like, where could they be better? And I'm like, bro, it's literally within your mindset. You feel me? Like I always tell my clients, I'm like, if you put my mindset, I'm gonna bring mindset back up. But if you put my mindset inside some of y'all bodies, I will get it fit. Why? Because I have the choice and the decision that I will make to get my body fit. So I'm like, it doesn't just happen overnight. It will never happen overnight, bro. It's a constant day of you making certain choices like, all right, I'm not going to eat this today. You feel me? Like, if you know you eat out 7 days a week, all right, let's cut one day off. Let's start with 6. You feel me? Like, don't just come into something straight up like, oh, yeah, I'm not going to eat no more. I'm going to stop eating all this food. I'm going to go to the gym 6 times a week. You're not going to live up to that. You need to work your mind and your body up to it to be able to accomplish the thing that you want to accomplish for real.
So do you think a lot of people set goals for themselves and then they try to overcommit and they become overstimulated and then they quit and then that's the reason why they don't become fit?
Yes, sir. And it's a repetition of that. Like, all right, bet. Just like the little New Year's or summertime. People, hey, summertime is y'all biggest motivation. All right, New Year's, new me, or summertime, fine time. That's the little 2 motivation for y'all. So summertime comes around, it's like, bet, I'm going to get in the gym. You're going to the gym for like a month, 2 months, 3 months. You know, you'll be going at it. You got fit for a little bit. And not even got fit. You just got some results that you wanted. And then you just slack off and go back to the person that you used to be, that you truly are, but you try to get out of it. And then some people, during the New Year's revolution, you feel me? It's like, it's a new year, new me, same thing. 2 or 3 months of like changing who you are and trying to become a different person. But then, like he said, what's the word? You said over
stimulate.
You feel me? No, it was one before that. Overstimulate. It was forgot it. They just do a little something too much. Like overcommit. Yeah, you feel me? That's the word I couldn't think of. It. You overcommit to what you want to do. I'm like, bro, you got to be reality for what you have to see where you're at. That's what people don't do. You don't see where I'm at. Like, you're the type of person who doesn't go to the gym at all. Why do you think you're finna go to the gym 5 to 6 times a week now? If you're a person who eats out, I'm telling you, every day, why do you think that you're not gonna eat out anymore? You're gonna go back to home cooking? Like, y'all gotta take small steps. Small steps win the race, but people try to take big jumps, big leaps. Facts. It's like, no, like, your body and your mind adjust small. I got my thing, adjustment maker. If you make adjustments to your life, all you gotta do is adjust, and you have to see what adjustments to make. Like, I'm a trainer, so like now I'm like, all I'm doing is they're here, right? All right. They want to get here. I'm the person that's just gonna put them onto the program to the slight adjustments that they need to be able to get them the desired results. And that's why people get new programs. It's like, all right, now that I've gotten the desired results, what new adjustments to this program do I need to make to be able to be where I'm at? And it's like, some people don't know how to identify those small adjustments that they need to make in their lives. Everybody wants to make, I'm saying, a big adjustment. Like, all right, boom, again, I eat 7 days out of the week. Now I'm gonna cook every day and not eat out 7 days a week. Bro, that's not gonna happen. That's not, it can, but you gotta be realistic with yourself. You feel me? Who I am, like, what is it that I do? I like to eat out every day. So shit, one of them days I might cheat. And that one day gonna turn to 2, 3, 4, 5, and it's gonna turn into my same habits I had before.
It's like what David Goggins says. He say, stop being a lazy motherfucker.
Like, get your ass up, for real.
But then also, that's another thing. We have to realize that we're addicted to a lot of things in our life. We're addicted to being lazy. We're addicted to playing the video games. We're addicted to going out to eat. We fall into these cycles and we don't know how to break them. It's like, one of the things that I heard is that sugar is the number one drug in the world. A lot of us are addicted to sugar and we don't realize it. You've been eating bad shit since the time you've been able to eat. Bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're talking about Similac. We're talking about everything. Yeah. You've been eating unhealthy shit. After 20 years of eating that shit, what makes you think that you're going to be able to break it like that? You're not. You're going to have to wean yourself off of this shit that you're addicted to. You then got so addicted to it that you can't even You can't even survive without it at this point. You keep having relapses of eating sugary shit or sodas and all this unhealthy ass shit, and you don't even realize what you're doing to yourself. So don't be hard on yourself. Just make a commitment that I'm going to give it my all. One of the things that a lot of people tell me, right, is I'm like, I didn't want to go to the gym today, right? But they say, at least you made it. You may not had your best workout, and those are the days that matter the most, is the ones that are the hardest. I'm not in the shape that I want to be, but I know with consistency, I'm going to become who I deserve to become because I put the work in. We talk about manifestation. You cannot manifest shit. You cannot pray for shit and get it unless you put in the work. I don't care what nobody say. You can pray all day. You can manifest all day. But if you do not put the work in, like like one of the universal laws, if you do not put the work in, you cannot expect the payoff. That's just what it is.
Take action now, not later. That's one of the things I want to put on to y'all for real, because y'all focus on stuff later that you could be doing right now. Like, yeah, like y'all don't got to go to the gym right now. Why not? What else? You got to want to actually be better. A lot of times when it comes to the gym, it's not. Me and my boy went to the gym earlier, and in my mind when we went to the gym, it was kind of cool because I was thinking in my head, I'm like, see, somebody. I told him, I was like, somebody's at the crib right now, and like how I know I would rather just come to the gym. I could be at home watching TV. I could be at home on my phone. You feel me? I've sat at the crib, been on my phone and scrolled for like an hour. And I've done it in the past, and then it's from that. I'm like, bro, as I'm scrolling, I'm sitting here like, why am I on my phone? Like, I could be doing something more with my life. Like, I have goals. I have things that I want to achieve. And it's like, how am I going to achieve them if, like you just said, I don't put in the work to do it? If I don't take the actions necessary to get there, how am I going to get there? I'm talking about people will choose to actually be at home. I'm saying it's choice. People choose to be at home, choose to be on their phone, choose to be at the crib chilling versus, all right, let me make the choice to go to the gym for an hour. And I don't even believe you got to go to the gym. I'm a calisthenic body weight type of guy. If you really make the choice to have a 20, 30-minute workout with just body weight, hey, we can make shit work. We can make shit happen. But that's like up to you. And some people have different programs. Some people don't believe, oh, I can't get fit with just my body weight. All right, if you change your mentality, change your mindset, I bet your whole life and reality would change. But that's up to you.
You gotta make the decision. All right, so before we end, I usually leave them off with a book and a motivational quote, but since you're my co-host today, I need one book that you recommend. You could do two because I heard you pop off two earlier, but you can give 2 books, 1 book, and I need a motivational quote to lead the people with, so do your thing.
All right, I got y'all. So the 2 books that I'm finna put out is literally from the same person, okay? Because these 2 books, literally, I feel like they changed my life, and I promise you, I feel like they're gonna change your life. First book, The Power of Now by Eckhart Tolle. All right, great book. Taught me about myself, taught me about my mind. Okay, that's what it's gonna teach you about, you feel me? Second book, Awakening to Your Life's Purpose by the same guy, Eckhart Tolle. This one taught me about the ego. Talk to a lot of people about the ego, and sometimes I still don't understand it. Or I don't know how to express it to people and be able to teach it to them. So that's a book to help me identify it, and I still got to learn a little bit more about it, right? And then for you already know, motivational thing for the day, all I like to say motivational thing for the day. All right, the motivational quote for the day I like to say is stay up, stay motivated, stay positive, live your best life, live your truth, speak your truth, embody your truth, and gang, always do what you want to do. All right? For sure.
Hey, this is episode, what I say, 12 or 13. Fuck that shit. Anyways, if you like this conversation, if you like everything that you heard, make sure that you hit a like, a follow, a subscribe to the YouTube. Oh yeah, drop your information too.
Motivate Eli. That's all I got right now. I'm on Instagram, Motivate Eli, and then a podcast coming soon, Motivate Vision. All right, gang.
There you go. Hey, peace, love, and light till next time. Big swim.
I'm on the way. Got too damn high, I got stuck in the clouds.